Well, welcome everyone. How is it going? Happy Friday to everyone watching. We are sitting at 9:33 on Tesla. Let me know if my audio is coming in clear. 9:34, up 4.8% on Tesla. Folks, happy Friday. Oh, I see the comments coming in. Okay. Alex says he needs my energy on a rainy day. I feel that, Alex. It's also raining here. Taiwan, 4 a.m. Damn, I need to sleep. Antonio, Mimi, how's it going? Peter, Stefan, create your worth. Carrie, how's it going, folks? Stan, Raptor, a Green Friday. What is this? Yeah, right? Don't jinx it. Audio good. Okay, thank you, Raptor. So I got my coffee tea here. You guys know I was trying to stay away from coffee for a little bit. It's not going to happen. But I threw a tea bag in there today to see if, cough tea is, I know it sounds like blasphemy, but, I tried it. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, even if you're watching on the replay. I read the comments. City, state, country, whatever you guys feel like saying in the chat. Sanju, how's it going? There we go. Happy Friday from East Texas. Ryan, happy Friday to you too. There we go, folks. Okay, Mexico, Chicago, St. Louis, nice. Belgium, Juju from Istanbul. There we go. Wow, we got worldwide viewership here. Awesome. Barry, how's it going? Appreciate that. You too, my friend. Montreal, Australia, Amsterdam. Bitcoin is booming. Is Bitcoin booming as well? Let me just check here. Yeah, okay, yeah. We're over 40K. Good. Good stuff there. Someone from North Korea, stay safe. Pasadena, Jamestown, Colorado. DJ's in the home of Gatorade, Florida. That's Gainesville, right? I think it is. Alex says, go try Argo Roasters in Van. Argo Roasters, where is that? On Commercial Drive or something? Let me pull that up here. Thanks for the recommendation. Oh no, it's in oh yeah, it's by Commercial Drive SkyTrain station. I just had a meeting there. I had a client go to a pre-sale warehouse or showroom right there. Actually, that was the coffee shop I went into. London, how's it going, folks? Toronto, need 936. David says, or Daniel says. Milwaukee, Santa Barbara. Too many fails. How's it going? Gunnison says, hey, Austin, Berlin news is purposely delayed for some reason. I don't know if it's purposely delayed. Austin, we're waiting for the full certification, I think. And Berlin, we know what kind of gong show is happening there. But Austin should be online with full certification very soon. Like, it's almost in the bag that Austin's going to be online before Berlin, right? If anyone has any updates, let me know. Brian, how's it going? Manchester, Kiev, Ukraine, stay safe. Salt Spring Island. There we go. Nice. Awesome. Folks, 933 sitting on Tesla. High of day is 934.50. So we're only a buck away from high of day here. Quite the week that we've had. Quite the week that we've had today in Tesla, in the markets. I mean, everything was nuts, right? We had Google split, and that sorted up the entire market while Tesla stayed a little bit weak. We thought that was it, right? And then Facebook comes out with the worst after hours move that you've probably seen on Facebook in history, right? Down 25% after hours, close to Netflix level stuff. And then yesterday we got Amazon's earnings. Amazon up, 15% today or something like that? Let me just check here. Amazon's up, 15.88% up on the day. Amazon's killing it. And so how wacky the market is right now is just undisputed. I don't remember the market ever being as wacky as it is right now. Don't get me wrong. We definitely see chop. We definitely see consolidation, back and forth price action, but almost the illiquidity in the market right now is not concerning, but it does stop me sometimes. And I look at how these companies are reacting and trading back and forth with such wide bid asks. Like I said, it's confusing. It's confusing. 934 sitting on Tesla, $50 from high, 50 cents from high of day here. Don't worry, we're gonna play our Tesla closing price game, but not now. We're gonna play in 40 minutes. So stick around. Hit subscribe if you're new. Let's see here. They said 46 to 80 deliveries in Q1. Yes, they did say that, but we know the street doesn't take Tesla management at their word per se. Like, we might as retail investors, but we need the street to realize that. And that probably doesn't happen until they make an official announcement that they're online. Frozen Austin. What is it? Is it snowing in Austin? Texas, isn't it supposed to be hot? I went to Texas 2 years ago today, I think. I went to Dallas though, but it was pretty hot. It was warm. Yes, let's take a look at the auto market. Ford down 10% on the day. GM down 3% on the day. Ford and GM had pretty weird earnings. Well, how about I just show it with the graph? I posted this on Discord. I saw it on Reddit. Let me try to pull up Discord if I can here. 1 second. I can pull up Discord. By the way, if you want to join the conversation, $5 a month gets you into our Discord. We have a good time in there. Bring your good juju only, please. But this is the Discord, or this is the post on Reddit. Let me just. Why can't I move this? There we go. Okay, hold on. No, stuck. Why don't you want to move? Why are you annoying me? Anyways, hopefully you can see it here. Let me try to make it a little bit bigger. This is posted on Tesla Investors Club Reddit, and it was of Tesla, Ford, GM, Toyota, and Volkswagen's a line graph of their automotive gross margin in the last 4 years. And you can see the red line is obviously Tesla right now, sitting at 31%. I'm not sure if this is X ZEV credits. This might be including ZEV credits, but the point still stands. Look at the discrepancy, the widening discrepancy that is between Tesla and essentially the best in class. Really, right now is Volkswagen at 15%, although we haven't got their earnings yet for this quarter. But GM sits at 10% automotive gross margin, and again, this is with you talk about car mix. This is with the mix of internal combustion, predominantly internal combustion engine vehicles. So for them to have to switch entirely their whole platform, their whole model, their whole lines of manufacturing, and their whole core competency, while trying to improve gross margins, that's going to be, you definitely wish them the best, but it's going to be hard to see how that happens, at least in the near future. Someone says we have 16 countries. Mimi, is that what you counted? 16 countries? Let's see here. Gary tweeted this. Did you tweet that out? Okay, nice. It's 30 degrees Fahrenheit in Austin? Damn. That's like what, 0 degrees Celsius? I don't know. Thank you, Callum. I appreciate that. Parody says, Do My Part just had a delicious Mandarin. Thank you, Parody. We're promptly rising on that news. Let's go. Okay, so my coffee tea. I just made coffee with my AeroPress and I threw a black tea bag in there. It's not bad. It's like when you want a double shot Americano, but all you have is drip coffee, just throw a tea bag in there. I don't know. I'm a little bit weird like that. 16 countries, one stock. Yeah, no kidding. Let's see here. Could we hear accumulating? How's it going? Says, could we hear a Giga Texas announcement over the weekend? Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, it sounds, I keep saying that. Well, it's imminent. It's imminent. It's happening. And I just, again, I'm going to use my cat attraction method, right? You're sitting on the porch. You see your neighbor's cat come by. Again, this is a weird analogy, but stick with me. It's a cute, fluffy cat. Maybe it's a short hair Persian. And you're like, I want to pet that cat. You don't run up to the cat and aggressively start petting it, right? What you do is you sit down on the rocking chair and you just chill out and it'll come to you. That's what I'm doing. My cat, and it's not working well, mind you. I mean, I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks. It hasn't been working well. Maybe I got to adapt my strategy here, but 933.13 sitting on Tesla. I could be onto something. There's some mixed reaction with this cough tea. Ryan's saying I throw a Red Bull in there. Hey Victoria, how's it going? Cough tea is called Sheffer in some places. Interesting, Sharif. Thank you. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to do my research. I'm not claiming I invented it. Okay, orange coffee. We were having that conversation in Discord as well yesterday with Stash Tea, and there's like an orange tea that I think Tanya wanted for me to look into a partnership with the channel. Okay, 933.33 sitting on Tesla. I'm going to pull up the macro markets for a hot second. We're going to look through the options market, see what flows are coming in, calls, puts, etc. I got CNBC pulled up here in case they talk about anything relevant, and we'll go to them. Yields are rising fast, as you can see here, and Tesla's rallying in the face of yields about to hit 2%. We're about to hit 2% on the 10-year. So take that with how you want. The Qs are rallying as well, actually. So there we go, 935.66. 936, new high of day for Tesla, folks. Hit to subscribe for that. Oh, whoops. There we go. Mixed reaction on the cat analogy as well. Alex, it's funny that the market's rallying with the yield so high. You know, as soon as the market really makes no sense right now. Everything that was, had a correlation last week or last couple of weeks, this week has just been totally off the script. Talk about VIX, for example, right? When we're going up, when VIX was going up with all the Russia war talk, new high of day coming up here, folks, it looks like 935. And, we talk about VIX, every point it rallied was like an inverse correlation with Tesla. We talked about it for the last couple of weeks. And then VIX came down this week. VIX is under $23 for the first time in a while, right? If you pull up the daily on the VIX, and again, if you don't know, the VIX is a volatility index. And it's under $23 with a downward trend. I mean, it was the other day too. And we didn't get that up move that we were expecting with a -1 correlation. It's like we only got hammered on the upside. But maybe this is what it's making up for. 936, new high day here, folks. 936.20, that is. Boyle, how's it going? Nick, welcome to Patreon. I appreciate it. Hey, Nick, connect your, if you're new to Patreon, make sure you connect, or maybe you have already, I don't know. Connect your account to Discord in there, and that's where we all have our cool conversations in there. Adam says, do you think investors are parking money in Tesla after Facebook and others had bad quarters? Well, Facebook's green on the day, surprisingly enough. Facebook's actually up 1%. It had a huge rally here right around 10:30, a couple hours ago here. I mean, there's really not a stock in the watch list that I have right now that's not up today. Facebook got hammered so hard, so hard. Of course, we all know that, right? Look at this gap Facebook's created in its chart. So maybe it finds a bottom here. Facebook's really turned into like a value type of stock at this point. Their PE is their forward PE especially is very low. I think it's like sub 15. Could be wrong. It's just nuts. What investors don't like with Facebook is their whole metaverse reaction, right? It's not very different to the Tesla bot reaction, I guess, right? You talk about the metaverse, institutional investors, portfolio managers have a hard time quantifying that. And I mean, fair enough, but I guess that's the alpha. If you know what the metaverse, where the metaverse is going, how lucrative or non-lucrative it's going to be, that's your alpha in the face of what's happening, right? How's the Algo Flow doing? Yes, I promised I would check that out. Okay, so let's check out the Algo Flow. If I can pull up my Chrome, there it is. This is TradyTix, link in the description if you want to check them out. They do everything, dark pool prints, Algo Flow, everything. We got a sharp downward Algo Flow here. Oh, interesting. A lot of puts probably came in right around, what time is this? Right around when I went live, it looks like. But if I zoom out to the 30-minute, which I think is a better indication, let's see how smooth that graph looks. Pull that up. Okay, so this is the 30-minute Algo Flow. Again, quick highlight. That green line is TradyTix's conglomeration of all the net options flow coming into the market. Calls, puts, out of the money, in the money, sweeps, not sweeps, that sort of stuff. And then obviously the candle chart is Tesla. And so if there's a divergence, the theory being both of these lines over time will connect. And so we have a bullish divergence right now as we sit on Tesla. The line kind of has a target of 1,040 at the moment. It is trending down, but Tesla is trending up to catch it. So who knows? Really, the level that I'm looking at is let me pull it up on the hourly. On my trading view, I have it. I have Ripster's EMA Cloud. So check him out on Twitter. He's awesome. Oh, you guys are gonna kill me with this. There we go. Okay, dark mode on. Don't get your panties over in a wad over this. I get it. Dark mode is appreciated. There's like 2 people when I asked, do you guys like light mode or dark mode? There's like 2 people on my side with the light mode. So dark mode it is. But 950 is really the level to look at for a break on the hourly. We haven't broken the top EMA cloud since January 12th or 11th. So it's been a hot minute. And so we haven't been in a bullish trend since then, goes without saying. So really, that's the level to look at on the upside. And then, of course, $1,000 past that. Pull up Webull again so everyone can see the price. 934.56 sitting on Tesla. Let me pull up the 1 minute. There we go. Stefan, how's it going? The metaverse versus the omniverse. Yeah. Let's see here. The strange says, I'll try your coffee tea concoction. Let me know how it is. The high of week, Harry. Let me check. The high of week is, yes, in fact, 943.70. So let's round up. 944. Yeah, you're right. So 944 is the high of the week. This is the weekly chart here. And the daily chart looks like this. Again, between the, what is this, the 100 and 150 day, we're sliding up and down almost every day between here. So we'll see. 934.15. Power hour is on. We have 45 minutes here. CNBC is talking about inflation, which makes sense. Job numbers came out today. Let me just pull up that report. Jobs report came out this morning, and it crushed the expectations. The U.S. economy added 500K jobs in January, significantly better than expected. And so, maybe expectations were too low, but the ADP report that we got earlier in the week was not very good. CSZA says you don't see alpha in the betaverse in the metaverse. Honestly, I don't get the metaverse at the moment. Just being honest, I don't. It's not that I don't like. I definitely can appreciate the vision. I don't know if I get the business model yet, but that's almost bullish because I tell you guys all the time. Whenever I don't get something, it's often the right choice. I talked about like electric vehicles, Teslas. It took me a while to come around, turn around, and actually be convinced of that. So whenever I don't get something, Snapchat, for example, remember when Snapchat first came out, didn't get it. By the way, I still hate it. But it was such a small company. I hated it. It didn't make any sense. I asked why everyone was using it, and it became one of the biggest apps back in the day. So whenever I don't get something, it's usually a bullish sign. So, but hey, I've talked about Apple, right? And I don't get this whole smart glasses thing that Apple is trying to go for with their AR, their augmented reality. But if Apple can lead the way with a smart glass, I will 100% be bullish on it again because I think Apple can make it happen. I don't have faith in like a small player really shifting the narrative on something like that. Maybe that's just very cynical of me to think, but I think if Apple comes out with some sort of a smart glasses approach, like Google's already done it, and I mean, you can call it a fail. Snapchat already did it. You kind of call it a fail, but I think Apple can actually popularize it. Digital, thanks for the advice. When's FOMC? I don't think it's soon. I think it's a couple more weeks. Plus, I think everyone's looking at the March one, right? So, but CPI report I think is the 13th. I think I have to double check. Let's see here. Well, okay, look at it this way. When you talk about the economy, you talk about inflation, right? 934 sitting on Tesla here, 936.50 high day. Here's kind of the boon of Omicron a little bit. And again, I don't say that to, it's a virus, it's hurting people. I don't want to, look at the positives of this per se. However, when you look at the virus itself and how badly it hit the economy in January, everyone had to isolate. Almost everyone in one way or another got it, or was asymptomatic, and it really killed the workforce. All this kind of does is kick the can down the road a little bit to how many rate hikes potentially we'll see in the market. Of course, bond buying is happening, and it's going to be tapering off, and it's going to be finishing around March. And so this virus almost has this effect of pushing that narrative out a little bit. And so, with the added benefit of once everyone gets, let's say, quote unquote herd immunity. I'm not sure how relevant that is going to be. I'll let the doctors talk about it. But if you look at a lot of European countries that are often ahead of everything that's happening, right? The UK, Denmark, a couple other countries got rid of all COVID restrictions almost entirely. And if we can open back up everything full blown, the velocity of money will increase for sure. But I think it also prevents really that big fear of the recession that people are having with the negative economic growth that potentially people are feared about. So that's really the rock and the hard place that everyone is in right now. No one knows how much of the inflation has to do with supply chain issues, or how much of it has to do with increased demand, or how much of it is both. We know for a fact increasing rates will decrease demand, which will bring down inflation or have disinflation. But really the question here is when the supply chain is back in action, how does that affect everything? That's what to look like. Yeah, oil is so expensive at the moment. I think we just hit $1.80 per liter up here in Canada. So $1.80 a liter, which I guess most of you guys are American, so you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. Liters to gallons. Let me just do a quick calculation for you folks. 0.26. What is that? Liters. What is that? Here, cost. Okay, hold on. All right, let's pull this up for everyone. Cost in is $1.80 Canadian. Hold on. Oh man, I have no idea. This is too confusing. I think someone ran the calculation for me. Just let me know in the whatever. I'm not going to do this right now. 4 liters to is that right? Hey, 4 liters to a gallon. Oh, Joshua, thank you. $7.20 to a gallon. Wow, it's expensive. That's the bottom line. I'm just clueless. Honestly, like when we talk about miles, I'm just so clueless with miles. I'm clueless with gallons. Like, well, I know a gallon of milk. I mean, of course, everyone knows that. You guys are awesome. You guys are giving me the conversions over here. Okay, hold on. Pull up my calculator. 3.78 says Charles. Okay. So let me multiply that. So it's about $7. Joshua, you're right. $7 per gallon is the cost of gas up here in Canada. So let me know how that. So you guys are saying it's about $5.50, $7. Okay, so it's about the same. It looks like. John, how's it going? Okay, so there we go. Oh, you know what? But you have to calculate. You have to calculate the conversion, the currency conversion as well off that. So maybe like $6 or something like that. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I was gonna go charge today before the stream. Got a little bit busy. Something came up, and then I didn't want to sit around in the car for half an hour. So I decided I'd go after the stream. But I just realized I think I'm out of supercharger credits. We got a year free when we bought the car, right? We got a year for free. I think a lot of you folks in the chat did as well. You guys were talking to me about that, how guys got a year for free. But I think that year ended, and I think I don't have that many credits available left here. Let me just see how many free credits I have. Although I did refer a couple people, so I think I have some extra, but Tesla scrapped that program entirely. So I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to get any of those. You ran out of a year of credits in 1 month? No, we got the car 2021 December, so it's been about 13 months now. Your credits are shown in your account. Okay, let me pull it up on my app. May have to log in for it, but loot box? Is that, yeah. Oh, you know what? We're good. I got 1,500 kilometers remaining, which expire next March. Oh, no, this March. Damn, it's 2022. No one told me. 933 sitting on Tesla. But the reason why I mentioned that is because I actually was really curious to see like how much would an average cost to charge be, because it just voids everything, or it has for the last year. So I've never paid, so I wanted to know compared to gas how much it was going to be. I did some online calculations. I think it was about like $10 per charge. I don't know if I'm totally off on that, but I'll fill you guys in once I go and actually pay for them. Victoria says she has lifetime free supercharging. There we go. Oh, beauty. Oh yeah, some of you guys had free connectivity for life as well. That's awesome. So you guys are saying some flows have come in, and so let's check out the flows, shall we? What's new on the options chain for Tesla? There we go. Let's pull this up. Let's do live options flow. Tesla. There we go. I only want to look at out of the money stuff for next week. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So a lot of calls being sold here, calls at the bid. Some calls being swept at the ask, but not a lot. Let's do 1 million plus for next week. Right, there's nothing. Makes sense. Let's do 1 million plus out the money today. What's coming? Not a lot, actually. Only 17 entries over 1 million today. Some puts being sold. Some 900 strike puts being sold. Okay, that's bullish. Some 950 calls being sold, both on the March 18th strike, about 5 million each there. Nothing. This one's pretty big. A $1.5 million bet. This is the end of this year. 1,200 strike call. 1.5 million. What else is really far out the money? This is a 1,400 strike. 1,400 strike for June of next year. What's here? What else is here? 1,200 strike. Those are calls that are sold, and that's for December anyways. So nothing imminently, like nothing massive coming through out the money over $1 million today. If I did out the money short expiration, and let's just do sweeps, we'll see what's massive here. Let's sort by premium. I like how I can just sort all this data here, and I think I can export it as a CSV too. Not that I do, but in case you guys are wondering. Put sweeps 925. Okay, a lot of put sweeps. Yeah, really not a lot of bullish call flow today. Not a lot of bullish call flow, as evidenced by that daily graph. But still, the 30-minute algo flow is still looking pretty decent here. 930 sitting on Tesla. Let's read the chat. What's my take on the solar business? I think long-term definitely part of the equation, but short-term, there are questions about how profitable it can be. I just don't think it's it's not the main focus as of right now. The highest marginal utility, highest marginal demand in Tesla right now are the vehicles. So like doubling down there until battery capacity increases. So road trip. Yes. I am, Avi and I were planning some sort of a trip, not a road trip per se, but we wanted to go to Europe. I told you guys this last time. We wanted to go to Europe. But I don't know if that's going to happen this year or next. We actually have a friend that's getting married in France. we might tie into the drip, but that's next year. So maybe it makes sense to wait until next year. Sanji says UK supercharging is about 13 pounds, for a full charge. Okay. It's kind of expensive. 15, well, it's like 20 Canadian bucks or something like that. Okay. You might have a long range then. All right, 930.84 sitting on Tesla. Hertz names former Goldman CFO Shear as new CEO. Interesting. Oh, oops. Interesting move by Hertz there. Pull it up. Let's see.
For part of the Hertz business and for building the relationship with Apple. And that second part we talked about can they build partnerships to be at the center of mobility and infrastructure? Kind of similar there. Can they make partnerships with Ubers of this world, with the Waymos of this world? So a lot on the agenda there, but he obviously thinks, and Hertz board thinks he's the person to do it. It also kind of explains that interim CEO thing with Mark Fields, because the timing, I sense, was approached whilst he was still at Goldman. His announcement that he was leaving was out, approached at that time, wanted to do it, couldn't take it yet, and that's probably, I have a feeling, why we had that interim CEO.
Fields in the garden leave, as they
Exactly. But all come together. It's not.
Hertz really made out like a bandit with that whole Tesla PR situation with Tom Brady, hey? Like, they really played it well. They got Tom Brady, they made their Tesla orders, they're ordering Teslas, and then I'm pretty sure, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure they did a cap raise after, like a month after or something. Yeah. Interesting, Julio. Thank you. You're in Ontario. So yeah, should be pretty similar. Definitive, appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, Kitsilano. Andrew, how's it going, man? Well, okay. So for context, right? We're sitting at 9:30. A lot of questions about where we're sitting at pre-earnings. First of all, on the 1 minute, we are bouncing right off of this 100 EMA. So take that for how you want for short-term prices. But 9:30 sitting on Tesla is pretty much where, we talk about earnings. Hold on, let me just pull up earnings here. Earnings was on the 26th, right? 26th. So earnings we're sitting at, and we had that massively volatile day, up and down. So yeah, we're pretty much, yeah, you're right. We're pretty much sitting where we were sitting at on earnings day. Yeah. So, but I mean, on the upside, look at the hourly chart. I mean, we've clearly broken through some sort of level there. The problem is I'm pulling up TradingView and I'm looking at, on TradingView, I'm looking at the EMA clouds, and the 950 is really the level on the hourly to break through. 950. So, but still, I mean, green is good, right? 934.38 sitting on Tesla. So showing some strength here again, folks. Here we go. 936.50 is high today. We're going to play don't worry, we're going to play our closing price guessing game for a virtual Juju price soon enough in about 10 minutes. So keep your guesses in your heads for now. No, I don't want to guess too early because number one, I'm going to lose your chat. But number two, you're probably going to be, your margin of error is going to be higher, right? Give yourself that doubt or that time to be a little bit closer to the mark. Look, I think long term on the long term chart, technically speaking, and again, I preface this all the time. Technicals are technicals. They're price actions. They're where a buyer meets a seller, hits the market, boom, gets recorded, transaction, and then we can visualize them on a graph here, right? So technicals matter a little bit for algos, for demand lines, for supply lines. But if at any point any news comes out, good or bad, that's going to trump all of what we're going to talk about. But fundamental or technically speaking, on the graphs, we pretty much are consolidating on the 150-day moving average. It's not the cleanest amount of consolidation. It's really chop if you want to look at it that way. But we are consolidating at this, and we're finding that there are buyers sitting here above 880, which is our 150-day moving average. So again, a break past below that, just like we talked about last week, like we got on the 27th of January post earnings, means that we have to really rely on our 200-day moving average for demand. And that got filled pretty easily off of 792 low, if you guys remember that last week. So as we sit here, consolidating well in this zone, would ideally not like to revisit that 200-day. And And then on the upside, again, that 150 or that 100 days sitting at 974, it's been a form of resistance in the past, support in the past. So it's another line to look at. It's more of a general cleaner way to look at what's happening in a, let's say, a 1 or 2 month time horizon. So, but again, what we're waiting for really is Austin and Berlin news. It's kind of out of the hands. So I guess you can't really do much and yeah. So Stefan says hit show some love, hit the like it's free. Appreciate that. Yes, it is free to hit the like and the subscribe. Gonzalo, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see here. What would I like to see us close above today? I mean, 950 is probably asking too much. But not 950 close. Again, going back to TradingView, a break on the hourly above 950. I mean, that's about $25 move to happen in the next half an hour. Who knows? Stay tuned to find out if we get that move. But that would be great. But I think finishing anywhere near high of the week is good. Again, high of week is 944. So we're at $10 away from that. Finishing at high of week would put good momentum moving into next week. But again, at a certain point, you beggars can't be choosers. It kind of is what it is with the price action. Volume actually is I mean, it's decent. 22 million so far. Average volume is about 28 million. So a little bit lower than average. But again, we do have about 20 minutes to go until close here. So yeah, I saw that Citron news with the short sellers. Yeah. Police says, Yashi, what's your guess on how much the stock spikes when they announce Texas officially? It's a good question. I'll defer back to you guys. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. I don't know how much. I mean, no one knows how much of this is already priced in with the announcements of them going online. Like, are we seeing a dampening of the stock price because there's people like Adam Jonas who came out with that note? I think it was Adam, right? Saying, hey, what are the chances that Berlin doesn't even go online, right? So there's some skepticism with institutional money around Berlin mostly, and I guess Austin. And so when the news does come out, maybe it comes out, maybe they just start delivering and they don't really announce anything. But I think certification news would go public. This is the question. At 933, you have to look at what the street estimates are, I think. I think the way to price this in is to look at what are the street pricing in for deliveries. And I think the street's at 1.35 million for the year. Tesla is at about a 1.2 million run rate as of Q4. We know that. So 1.2 million and, add some extra volume in. The street's pretty much pricing in, I don't think, any deliveries from Berlin and Austin, essentially. And so when Berlin and Austin do announce, I do expect those estimates to increase. And so when those estimates do increase, I expect some sort of price movement up. The question is how much? The question is, how is macro doing? Does macro negate any of this? A lot of questions there. Let me see what you guys are thinking about this. So you guys saying it's priced in. I think it's healthy to have that expectation in case you're looking to play short-term options. If you're looking to play short-term options on the factory news, it's a losing game right now. So $1,000 you guys are saying, you guys are saying it's going to hit 1,000. You're not saying it's up 1,000, right? Nick, thank you for the 5 Canadian super chat. Does anyone think Tesla will get back to the 890s or below next week? Well, 890s is, I mean, it's really not that far. Our 150-day moving average is 880, right? So entirely possible. Thanks for the super chat. Entirely possible in that zone. I think the 200-day moving average is more of the definitely more questionable. 200-day moving average, considering how well the 150-day moving average is holding so far. But yeah, I mean, unless we get that break of that 100-day, it's gonna be chopping, I think. Let's see here. What are you guys guessing? 9. It's priced in 10% gains per factory. That'd be sweet. I don't know if it'll be 10% per factory, but there we go. Let's see here. Over $1,000 on the news. I think that's, yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's not asking for a lot, right? Like, but again, we don't dictate the markets here, right? John says, due to skepticism, I don't think it's priced in here when either factory is announced at least $100. I agree with the first part of your sentence. The price action, again, I don't know. Macro has been pretty crappy. But I agree. I think there's a large degree of skepticism with these factories opening this month, I should say. This quarter, I think if you asked institutional money, I think they'd bet on sometime this quarter. But I don't think they're very keen on this month making it happen. We'll see. $930.69 sitting on Tesla. Welcome, John. Thoughts on macro? Macro is nuts. I'll pull up the NASDAQ on the daily. We are on the NASDAQ. We are now sitting from highs. Whoops, hold on. My trend line here. There we go. We're sitting at about minus 12% from all-time highs on the NASDAQ. It's just nuts. I still continue to think we found a bottom a week or so ago during this kind of rounding consolidation at 340-ish on the Qs. So I think we found a bottom here. And I mean, today's green candle pretty much engulfs yesterday's red. So, there's good news there. But we're really, I mean, it's just so choppy. It's so choppy. What's going to dictate what's good is, I guess, exogenous effects like Facebook earnings, tech earnings, Amazon. This stuff is kind of in the rear view mirror, like I said in yesterday's video. So, I guess maybe that's good. The question is, does big money want to come back in at this point? I think they're going to want to. So I guess we'll see next week. Matt, thank you for the super chat. Or Mark, pardon me. Mark Ket, thank you for the super chat. How many likes? Hit that thumb. Appreciate it. Thank you. How many likes are we sitting at? Let me check. We're at, as soon as I say that, it starts going up. 225 likes. Maybe we can get to 500. Appreciate that. 226. One person that, 230. Okay, folks, thank you. You guys are getting up there. I like having a live feed of the likes, but again, it's a total vanity metric, isn't it? Just like subscriptions are. But I do appreciate all the love. Thank you. By the way, I like your super chat number 1234. Maybe Tesla can get there. I mean, is that the all-time high for Tesla? Hold on, let me just check. 1243. Okay, close. That's close to the all-time close to the all-time highs. Don't know if that was intentional. 928.96 sitting on Tesla. Michael says consensus is 1.43 million in 2022. Is that consent? I'm gonna have to look into this. I don't think that's street consensus. I think that might be whisper. Street consensus, I think, is lower than that. Right? So street consensus is lower than that. I think. Unless it's gone up and I missed it. I can pull up, hold on, let me just pull it up here. Pull up on Twitter. 928 sitting on Tesla here. It is a street content. Okay, so Gary did a tweet with Bloomberg. Okay, let me pull up Gary's Twitter. Pull it up here. Let's see here. All right. Thank you, Michael. If Berlin and or Austin open next week, Wall Street will increase Tesla's 2022 volumes. Exactly. Zach clear on the conference call. Tesla could deliver 1.4, just 50% from Shanghai and Fremont alone. Shanghai sold 150K in year one. If Austin and Berlin both do 100, that's fair, because it's definitely not going to ramp up as fast as Shanghai did. That's for sure. And we were already a month into the year. That's 1.6 million versus Wall Street at 1.438. 160K more cars worth is about $1.60 EPS, about 16%. So he pulls up the Bloomberg terminal chart here. So let's see here. So this is consensus. Let me see here. Interesting. And so it's 1.437. I mean, what's interesting as well, a couple things to note for this year is that S and X are going to be substantially more this year, double the amount. And so that will increase ASPs, but that'll also increase margin. So if you talk about headwinds of margin with the factories opening, perhaps, which I'm not even completely sold on if we're talking about 4680s. I know we're talking about 2170s in Berlin, but with S and X, that's a tailwind to margin. So perhaps that offsets, if not more, some of the margin headwind that the factories opening up will bring. Gary goes on to say, Tesla 2022 street EPS estimates are still 25% too low. My EPS, Gary says, is 1280 versus the streets at 1025. So the streets at 1025. This is the real number that matters. So we're not even at 100 forward PE for this year. We're a PE plus 1. We're not even at 100. We're at whatever that is, 80 or something, 89 or pull up my calculator here. We're sitting at what are we sitting at on Tesla right now? We're sitting at 929. Yeah, 96. So the street can't ignore the volume disparity once Berlin and Austin open. Exactly. We know with 100% certainty Berlin and Austin will both open, just don't know when. Seems like a layup. He's right, but Adam Jonas, I wonder if I can pull it up. Do you guys remember that Adam Jonas note where he said that is there a chance that Berlin and Austin don't even open? Oh, that was Adam Jonas, wasn't it? Yes, it is. It's not options expiration Friday, but it is definitely a weekly options expiration, I guess. But OPEX is usually referred to as the third Friday of every month. But yeah, options are closing today, which actually, thanks for reminding me. I make sure I have nothing. I do this every Friday. By the way, if you're new here, we stream every Friday for Power on Tesla, sometimes multiple times every week. But hit the subscribe if you're enjoying it. Just going to check. I have a 0 cent Facebook call expiring. You guys know I bought that lotto for earnings. What a waste. It's a 360 strike. What are the odds after hours Facebook goes up to there? So yeah, that's going to expire worthless. But other than that, there's nothing. I go back to the numbers all the time. Oh, price guess time. Yes. Thanks for reminding me, Victoria. Leave your Tesla closing price guesses in the chat. All 900 of you folk. What's the prize? Virtual Juju from me. Remember, Price is Right rules. You have to be at or under the closing price for Tesla, not after hours, the closing price for Tesla to win. So I suggest that you probably guess on the dot on a penny. I mean, you could guess a whole number like I will. I'll throw my guess out now just so I'm not waiting too long here. I'm gonna say 9:15. I'm gonna be a little bit of a bear for today. 9:15. I usually guess on the upside, but price action today is not. And hopefully I'm way wrong. 9:15. That's my guess. All right. Who's the biggest bull in the guesses here? Let me see. 9:38. Mark, I like it. 9:44, Tesla owner. 9:49 from Louise. All right, there we go. All right, leave your guesses in here. 1,200 from Robert. Wow. Yeah, Rod, I need to work on that. Okay, so let's see it. Let's see 10 minutes here to Power Hour. CNBC is talking about the S&P, NASDAQ on track for the best week of 2022. How sad is this? Hold on. Check this out. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ on track for the best week in 2022. That's saying something. Folks, we're rallying on this. Keep guessing, folks. Leave your guesses in here. Hey, it's working. My reverse psychology trick is working. By the way, I'm pretty sure I won. I came close. I think I came second or something last week in our closing price guessing game. So, yeah, we want to see a 944 or higher close today on the week. That'd be ideal. Closing at high of weeks. Good news, usually. There we go. Here we go. 927, folks, on Tesla. Finding a bottom here on that 200 1-minute moving average. 321 likes. Thank you, folks. Appreciate all the likes and the subscribers. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Okay, so as we sit here right now, I'm pull up Twitter just to make sure I'm not missing anything here on Tesla. 925 sitting on it. Pull up the options chain as well. Let's see what's coming in here. Not too much. Let's see here. Let me just refresh for a hot second. Put in Tesla. Oh, Tesla, there we go. Out the money, short expiration. Nothing massive. Nothing massive. The options flow is still looking decent here, the Algo Flow score. So, someone asked about dark pools. So I'm going to show you guys what I have on the dark pool side. Again, Trady Tick shows us all this. Dark pool sentiment has been increasingly positive. Today, we've actually surpassed yesterday's. It's saying we have about a $2 billion cumulative net amount of dark pool buying today so far. This is subject to change, I think, because it settles a little bit later. But so far, it's showing almost 2.1 billion. That's a lot of dark pools buying happening. So again, it's supposed to show us big money sentiment. So green is good. So interesting there. The highest amount of dark pools traded were on January 24th. This is a couple days before earnings. So take that with how you want. And today, let's see here. Let's put the highest volume. Today is the 4th of February. So, nothing massive here. Just a bunch of, I got $139 million worth of dark, 150K shares at 929. So stuff to look at in case you care about it. Oil says, do you think options flow dark pools will tip off when Berlin and Austin opens? I think it's easy to say that an option signal, if we were watching it, signaled this or signaled that. The problem, like for example, yesterday or the other day with Facebook earnings, right? Minus 25%. I saw someone on Twitter posted, look at all the puts that came in, right? And they're like, oh, these people knew. But if you do the opposite side of it, you almost find the exact amount of opposite side bets. Very rarely do you have sentiment only one way. And so you can probably find, in stats, we talked about this, in econometrics, we talked about this a lot. You can find data that fits your narrative by excluding other data. So, I mean, maybe, but again, what we're really looking for when I talk about dark pools, when I talk about options, is like shorter term sentiment. And although you could argue that we can see it, I'm just trying to think like who would know that before Berlin and Austin are going to go online. I guess the employees are already working there. So, maybe insider, government insiders who are going to approve the certification. But, I guess long story short, I'll keep an eye on it. I'm a little bit more jaded with making, and I'm not saying that you're doing this, Boyle, but when people come out and they just make black and white statements about options flow, 100% being right. I think caveats have to be made oftentimes there. So I'll keep an eye on it. So far, if we're being intellectually honest, dark pool sentiments have been positive since 2 days before earnings and have continued to do so. So it's not like we're seeing a huge amount. It's just been consistently like that a couple days before earnings. And the options flow has been pretty decent since then as well. So I'll definitely let you know if I see anything massive on the, let's say, the 30-minute options algo flow score as well. Gary says, Vancouver representing. Gary, welcome. Vancouver indeed. Gonzalez says, when Nancy buys calls, we'll know. Caleb says, what's your Tesla elevator pitch? I don't consider myself, it sounds weird, right? I don't consider myself one to have to convince anyone to buy or sell anything. I don't technically make that. But when someone asks me why, what changed it for me, and I talk about this a lot, is riding in a Tesla. Really changed the perspective, really changed what I thought. Well, it really got me into the rabbit hole a lot more. So I think the best way is to experience the product. That's what did it for me. And I never feel the need. I always feel like the best way is to let people come to their own conclusions, but give them a fair shake. I think trying the product when we test drove the Model 3, that's what changed everything for me. So Ben says elevator pitches, drive one. Yeah. Yeah. So, but of course, when you go into financials, those are more black and white. You can look into them. You can run EPS estimates. You can run PEG ratios. If Tesla does $15 EPS this year, 100 PE for this year, that's about $1,500 stock. You can run PEs out the wazoo if you want. You can run 4680 battery cell elevator pitches. So yeah, butts and seats, like Victoria says. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, we will hold 923.96, folks. My 915 guess. Oh, we have 3 minutes left here, so we'll see. Energy is the best performing sector this week as per CNBC. I think XLE is up. Let me pull up XLE. XLE is the energy sector. It's up 1.8% today, and on the week, what a week it's had. Nice. Talk about diversifying a little bit. I guess energy is one to look into, perhaps. If you haven't bought the dip already. I don't know. So, Orhan, welcome. Hey, a lot of Vancouver folks in here. Love it. A lot of Vancouver folks in here. 924 sitting on Tesla. Here we go. You know what's so funny? Wait, we got a couple minutes here. 924 sitting on Tesla. You know what's so funny with Tesla is that there's a huge narrative out there that it's just a car company, that their financials don't support where they are right now. Blah 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 blah. I almost find I don't get anything out of fighting people like that, because I just feel like it's like talking to a wall a little bit. If someone wants to sit down and actually have a conversation, which is hard to find sometimes, about it, we can have that conversation. But I just let the earnings do the talking. Really, that's all you have to do. But yeah, Weston. Wow, folks, you got Seattle, got Vancouver, Washington, got everyone here. 924, 925 sitting on Tesla. Looks like 925 is probably going to be the right answer here. We'll find out. Hey, folks, is Elon still going to Berlin in a couple of weeks, right? Is that still on? Is that confirmed? Any update on there? Any update on there? 924.41. I'm going to pull up our studio to see who got this right. You can't guess in the next... You can't have guessed like a minute ago and try to win this contest, by the way. Wasn't he just there? No. It's not confirmed, says Gary. Okay. Maybe I love it. You're counting all the countries. We're at 19 countries. We got 19 different countries watching the stream. Ben says, ask the guy that on Twitter that's tracking his jet. I actually unfollowed last night that. But I did notice, I think Andre Carpathy actually follows him as well. So, see here. Okay, folks, here we go. We've got a minute here until close. Any second now. 10 seconds here into close. 923 and change on Tesla. The Dow says Dow down 312. There we go. Let me just wait for this to settle for a hot second. 923.09. Oh, 923.08 looks like is the Tesla closing price winner. Let me see who got closest to that. Remember, hey, if you guessed like 2 minutes ago, I'm going to have a hard time giving you this prize. Okay, Lynn guessed 923 on the dot. Shark, you came a little bit over. Mr. Drizzle, you came a little bit over. There we go. So, hey, Matt came pretty close as well, but he is over. Price is Right rules. The winner is Lynn. Lynn Chewy. Lynn guessed 923 on the dot, and she wins. Oh wait, hold on. Did it just change on me? 923.32 now. Hold on. This might. Okay, 923.32 is the settled price. It always takes a couple of extra seconds. Hold on, I might have jumped the gun here. Hold on. Ooh, Shark, you came 2 cents over, my friend. Pretty close though. Oh, I think Matt Smith. I think Matt, you've won. Matt guessed 923.28. Matt is the winner of this week's. Matt from Good Soul Investing, by the way. Check him out on Twitter as well. Matt, you won. I'm not sure if Matt's even watching right now again, but he left his guess at least and left. I'm going to send him some virtual juju. All right, 923.32 sitting on Tesla. Lynn, we'll just say that you came the consolation prize. Yeah, it is what it is. Matt, there's Matt. It is what. Oh, hold on, we're popping after hours. Okay, no, never mind. I always get too excited when it's up, and and I always try to negate it when it's down. But it is what it is. Bo says that's got to be some inside baseball. We'll find out, folks. What a week! I think it was, all in all, a green week. Really not much you can ask for other than green weeks and green weeks to continue. So it is what it is. On the month of February, we have opened like this. This is our candle. Still red on the month. For us to go green, we have to pass through 937. Only about $15 away. A lot to look forward to in Tesla land, in the macro markets, even though it has been much of a roller coaster ride for the last little bit here. But tech earnings are behind us, and macro markets should improve, at least become a little bit more stable as we finish up, or as we start the month. I'm already looking to finish the month. Just crazy, right? So thanks for joining, folks. I appreciate you. Hit like, hit subscribe on your way out. If you want to support and if you want to join the discussion on Patreon, remember, Good Juju only, $5 a month gets you in, helps support the channel as well. Much love to everyone. Catch you in the next one. I'm going to have more oranges on the next stream. I know I'm getting some flack with oranges, but I was drinking my coffee and really, like, it wouldn't have went good together. So went well together. Much love to everyone. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one.